Thank you very much for being here tonight. I think this is the biggest birthday party I've ever had. And all I had to do was run for assembly. Yes. So I really appreciate you guys being here. Incredible journey. I think the two things that I really need to mention as far as why I'm running is me and also what's going on in the world around us. And as far as I'm concerned, I love public service. I love being able to make a difference. I believe that all of us deserve government that is staffed, that is represented by people who care about others, who are interested in public service. I think we just deserve that. And so I try to do my best for 4 years on city council, and so I think this is the next leg of the journey, and I'm really excited about it. You know, there's this whole part about growing up in Russia, and I don't want to kind of, you know, reemphasize the point, but I can't believe I'm here. When I was... Thank you. When I was born in the Soviet Union, I thought the best I was going to be able to do was maybe go to Bulgaria. You know, because that was the extent of my hopes, is some little country in Eastern Europe. And here we are, the Berlin Wall fell down decades ago, and we can make a, you know, but the battleground has kind of shifted, hasn't it? Yeah. Now it's here, and it's up to us to really stand up and make a difference in the place where we live. And what an incredible year and a half we've had. Can you believe that the next election we're going to see is the recall election for Scott Walker? Yes. I mean, it's just incredible to me that something we've been out in February in the Capitol, inside, outside, marching, and here it is. We got the signatures. We even had the primary. We know who's going to run against Scott Walker. Now, this is it.
Cinco de Mayo.
And how much creativity we have shown, and all the amazing signs that have been made. And what an incredible time to live in Wisconsin. You know, I've never been more proud to call this my home than in the last year and a half. And this hasn't been like the best year and a half because we've had so much work, and we obviously feel like we're being attacked by our own governor. Yes. But these are the moments when we're the most proudest of the place where we live, because we come together and we have all this new fellowship and friends and a purpose which just wasn't there before. It's unbelievable. So I'm really hoping that when we recall Scott Walker, we still care about our politics, we still care about our public service, we still care about what happens to Wisconsin, because that's really important. Because we're going to have that election, and then we're going to have other elections, and we can't forget that those other elections are really important. So, and then there's that other part called Joe Nylons. And I hope his mother likes him. Because he's been nothing but bad news. The guy started by turning his back on his brothers and sisters at GM, and that was just for starters.
Did that when he worked online.
Yeah. And, you know, I was listening to the love fest between Joe Nylons and Tim Bramall on WCLO the other day, and I was trying to kind of make notes, and I was thinking I was going to call in and correct them on this, that, and the other, and I went, oh, forget it. There's no way. I mean, it's like a whole other universe. You know, when they talk about, say that again?
It's the body snatchers.
It's the body snatchers. When they talk about the war on women, and they talk about the repeal of the law that guaranteed equal pay, or at least gave opportunities for recourse in case there was a problem. And Joe starts saying that, well, there was never a lawsuit. This is just a way to subsidize attorneys and all of those things. I'm going, look, the pay for women in Wisconsin has improved over that 2-year period. And if you don't have a lawsuit, that doesn't mean you failed. It just means that it's working. And if you're going to start worrying about subsidizing attorneys with lawsuits, and I know we're in a house owned by an attorney, but I mean, for crying out loud, it's like saying that hospitals is just a way to subsidize doctors.
Yeah, right.
So we've got a guy in there that really is basically about sticking to his talking points, and obviously, you know, he's got his whole ALEC membership and all of those things. But the thing that really bothers me about Joe Nylons is his total inability to communicate with people.
Or think for himself.
That's his problem. But I think, but you're right. You're right. I mean, obviously, the guy has you know, like I said, it's the talking points, what he's told. He's been Scott Walker's rubber stamp. He's voted for everything that he was told to vote for. He hasn't shown a bit of not just decency, but listening to his own constituency, to his community. City Council sent a letter before Act 10 was passed. And we said it was to Joe, and it was to Amy, and to Evan, and we said, we're asking you not to vote for this. I mean, how can it be more direct as far as this is what your community asks you to do? And they totally ignored it. So I know that they're really not interested in listening to their community. And for me, this has always been really paramount, that the ideas, you know, nobody has all the answers. I certainly don't. But the key is to have your ears open so that when good ideas come up, you can catch those ideas and you can push them further. If we don't have somebody in Madison that's going to listen to our community and the voices from our community and ideas from Janesville, we're going to have somebody in there that listens to the voices from ALEC and from people that contribute large sums of money and that don't do anything to make our state better, because we have an organization that is bringing their national ideas to Wisconsin. These are not Wisconsin solutions to Wisconsin problems. These are nationwide agendas that are played out on our little stage. So, how do I want to end this? Here's the thing. We have a governor for a few more days that has built his whole campaign against the recall is on stand with Walker. And to me, that's a total failure of leadership, because it's not about standing with one guy. That's not how you run state, organization, business, anything. It's not about this cult of personality that he's trying to build over there. To me, and what I've always been about, is about standing with the people. And this is why I'm running, and this is why I'm really so grateful for your support, is because I want to be your voice and I want to stand with you and stand there for you in Madison. So thank you very much.